everyone, I wanted to welcome you to my reading room. And also the book I'm discussing is Candace Owens' Blackout. I recently started watching her videos this summer, and I've just really learned a lot more about government, history, um, politics, and all that, even though I do have a political science degree, y'all. But I really did enjoy this book. So if you enjoy politics, you should definitely read it, even if you don't necessarily agree with her on every single subject. I think it's really hard to know somebody that does. But, I mean, she puts some very revealing stuff. She does, at the bottom, you can see it says how Black America can make its second escape from the Democratic plantation. If you want to understand why she put that, read her book. I do think she has a really good point on why she put that. Also, I've recently been concerned with, I've been hearing this a lot, that we're having a lot of illiteracy in our youth, and that really concerns me because that affects our reading and comprehension, that affects our critical thinking, and I've studied the No Child Left Behind Act, and there's a lot of studies that show that really stagnated our youth, and especially my generation, and I think reading could help with that a lot. So I decided to read more, because I did hear that in listening to her and listening to other people as well, that we do have an illiteracy problem, and we should be concerned about that, because then how are we going to know what our Constitution means if we don't understand it, we don't comprehend it, or we cannot critically think on it? What are our laws going to mean then? So it is really important. Reading is very important. So I just had to get that out there. That's it. There were some concerning statistics in this book about that, and I can't remember them, so that's why you should read this, because I can't give everything away. I know I want to, but she touches on many different political issues, such as feminism. She believes that it's kind of been radicalized. I think you could agree with her, because a lot of women, there's a lot of different goals of the feminist organization. I believe in the beginning, I believe that, we should have equal rights, we should have the right to vote, but I do have some concern. I do not follow I don't follow the feminist movement in the sense that I'm not necessarily a part of it, because I disagree with a lot of the politics, if that makes sense. I have always been pro-life. If you didn't know, if you don't know me, or you don't know me this well, I was supposed to be born with Down syndrome. I thank God that my parents chose to keep me, because I think this statistic, this was a few years ago, you can look it up, was about 99, almost 90% of all pregnancies that were tested in the womb for Down syndrome were being aborted. So that could have very well been me, because I was tested. They did think I was going to have that. And, that's just something that makes you different. That's something that makes you special. And we shouldn't look down on it. We have countries that look down on it. So I'll get into that topic on here, which she mentions Black genocide. She mentions Margaret Sanger, an avowed racist. She was a eugenicist, which basically is what Hitler was. They didn't like certain groups of people that they deemed inferior. And she inspired Hitler. If you're interested in this topic of abortion, I think you should look up a movie called Maafa 21. It's free. You can watch it on YouTube, and I'm going to double check the spelling for you. Okay? It's Maafa space 21. It's Black Genocide in 21st Century America, and the documentary is free. But I do think you should really check it out if you're supportive of abortion, if you're supportive of Planned Parenthood. I would definitely say check it out. Because they still give awards in Margaret Sanger's name, and she, if you read this book, if you look at literally any of her sayings, they're extremely racist. And I get racism was common back then, but she was talking about the best thing a black family can do is kill their own child or something like that. It's something like that. It's either a big family or a black family or a minority family. Best thing you can do is kill your child. So she also talked about how she got ministers on board with that in this film, but she didn't want people to know that her ultimate goal was to eradicate the black community. I mean, y'all, that's messed up. So messed up. And it's sad because Planned Parenthood has been able to put them in a lot of minority areas, or probably more poorer areas, just because more of the poorer areas. More of the poorer areas is where most of the Planned Parenthoods are located. Use this book as a resource. She puts her resources in there. And I really do think they have attacked minority families a lot from that. I think that's really sad. They also talk about past presidents, like Lyndon B. Johnson. People skirt over how racist he was. I really just thought the guy was a good guy. He passed some civil rights laws, but oh my gosh, he did not treat the minority people, because we're all people. I believe we're all God's children. It is my job to love everyone. That's what Jesus told me to do, y'all. So I love everyone no matter what, okay? That's a command from God, so I'm going to follow it. But going back to that, he just really didn't treat them as people and called them the N-word a lot. When he did pass one of his Civil Rights Act, he said that he would have those N-words voting Democrat for the next 100 years. There's a part where there's a driver that he says, do you want to be called by your name, boy, or N-word? And then it's something like, you're always going to be a blank, and I think you can fill that in. But not very positive stuff. He also signed in the Great Society Act, which kind of encouraged, well, it did encourage women. They'd get better benefits if the father was not in the home, and they'd get less help if the father was in the home. So that has created a lot more fatherless problems. Because, and she mentions Barack Obama's speech, I think it was right before he was president, or maybe his first year as president, that fatherlessness is a huge problem and can really determine the success of some people, which it's sad, but it's a fact. School can be a lot tougher. It's a lot easier to get involved in crime. And I don't know, I care a lot about the youth of our country. So please don't take anything I'm saying. I mean, this is from a book, so if you really want to get mad at somebody, you can get mad at Candace Owens. Sorry to throw you under the bus, girl. But she really cares about people too. Otherwise, I don't think she would have written this book. So take it from people care about you, and also people are allowed to have different opinions. It's America. So there's that. trying to make sure I touched on everything. I don't know if I mentioned there's also a foreword by Larry Elder. I really love the part about she tells the story of Amazing Grace and how that came to be. And I will put a really good rendition of another storytelling of it. But she mentions that, and then it was sang at her wedding, and she just mentions kind of, how far we've come and everything. Well, the person that wrote that song was a slave trader, and then he turned away from that life because he realized what he was doing was wrong. God revealed that to him, and I'm pretty sure he became an abolitionist after that. I also have a terrible memory, and I have been meaning to do a report on this for a while. And something else I really loved in here that if I ever have children, I think I'm going to do was Ben Carson's mom started making her kids read like two books a week, or maybe one book a week or something like that. She did it just by getting them a library card and them checking out books, and they would do a book report for her. This was not from the school, so they could prove their teachers wrong. And one of the teachers was like, clearly Ben Carson is black, and we have had a racist past in America, okay, y'all? We have. And this lady, he was in an integrated school, and his teacher was kind of like, how could you let him be doing better than you guys? And he just took that as ammunition to push him forward and be like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to really devote my education. Now he's a great brain surgeon. So that's just a really cool story, and especially with the literacy concerns, that's something that if I do have children, I'm going to do. So I think it's really important. And she does talk about, let me think of criminal justice reform a little in the book as well. But overall, guys, I really thought it was a good read. I think it would be a great read if you could get it in before the election. I have a few other books that I picked up at some garage sales and estate sales, and one from Goodwill that I really want to get read. But I have another book review that I'm probably going to film right after this over Angels by Billy Graham. That's just the complete opposite. But you know what? Check her out. See what she has to say. Check out this book. I feel like I at least learned something from reading it. And I just really, Candace, I love you if you're watching this. I watch a few of her videos, and she was kind of like a cheerleader. Some of you may know I've been looking for a job because I just graduated, and she's kind of like a cheerleader to go, like, yeah, come on, Energizer Bunny. So she was kind of like my Energizer Bunny when I needed one, and I could just read some Candace Owens. So that is my book review on Blackout. I really hope you check it out. I really hope you give it a chance, and I think you'll really like it, even if you don't agree with her on everything. And I hope you know I love y'all. Please don't let politics separate y'all. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. We all bleed the same. And I love you all. So just remember that. But I really think you guys would enjoy this book. So, hey, give it a try before you criticize it. That's my point. Alright, everybody knows I'm terrible at saying goodbye, so see you later, and have a good one. And I hope you give her book a chance.